Hello everyone, my name is Chandler Bing, and this is the Spice of Life podcast with my friends Maddie and Nathaniel. Nathaniel, take it away. We have a Q&A today that we're going to kind of go through. We got some questions, not from people's mothers, but from students.
Yes.
And 100%.
Yeah, so we have just a few questions from you guys out there. We have some backup stuff prepared just in case we run short, but hey, let's go and start with Q&A. So the first question, here I'll just do just a couple standard ones first. The first one says, how was your guys' quarantine? I mean, I feel like it's still kind of going on. I mean, kind of sort of going on.
I'm still in quarantine.
Well,
kind of
redundant saying that.
How is?
I'm still
I am quarantining right now. You can't see my bubble around me, but how was yours, Maddie? How was your quarantine?
How was it? Good. I don't know. It's been making me really lazy, I feel like. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I know, especially at the beginning, I started feeling like, well, there's like no work to do. Mm-hmm. There's nothing
it's like
to
vacation.
be done. I'm just like, wow, okay, well, I guess I'm doing nothing because there's no work to do. And then slowly work started coming, and you're just like, but I was just doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you want me to do something when I was just doing nothing, like right now. So
the amount of times, there was a good, like, probably few weeks where it was hard to get out of bed before 12. Like, I would sleep in all the time because my work basically turned into, like, it used to be, okay, you need to be at the office from this to this time. If you have nothing to do, you need to figure it out. But now it's like, you have these tasks, do them whenever you want, just make sure they're in on time. So I'm like,
well,
okay.
You guys were working the same hours, right? Because technically...
I was working, I'd get to the office around 8 every day prior to this.
So I was about to say, before quarantine, youth intern, both of you were youth interns, but then all of a sudden so you're now the junior high director and you're youth/creative arts assistant.
Assistant to the regional youth director.
Yeah. So even when we come back out of quarantine, you guys are going to be working slightly different hours.
Yeah.
Well, probably. I mean, I don't know. Right now, like, I try to get out of bed before 9, and, like, I've been pretty consistent about that for quarantine.
9 is the goal. Like, I have no idea how I was able to come every single day here at 8, and I would wake up around 7, and I'm like, how did I do that? I can't, if it's 9:30 and I'm out of bed, I'm like, wow, I did good today.
One thing I just haven't been able to get out of, which I guess it's a good thing or whatever, with my job with Youth for Christ, at least before when I was full-time, I had to wake up around like 6 or 6:30 to get to work. And even during the pandemic, when I didn't have to get up early, I still just naturally around like 6:30 or 7 just wake up, and I just couldn't go back to sleep.
What?
And I'm just like...
I'm jealous.
I'm furious because
I feel tired.
I feel tired. Don't get me wrong. I just can't fall back asleep. So even...
I thought you were drinking Listerine for a second.
That's what it kind of looks like.
Out of the corner of my eye, I just saw Listerine. I was
don't
like,
drink Listerine,
whoa.
kids. Students.
Just don't swallow
friends,
it. You can
family.
drink it.
Well, that
it.
implies that you're...
Yeah, don't swallow it. Don't swallow or drink.
Just drink it, but don't swallow it. That implies that you're
what does drink mean to you?
Ingesting it.
You could swish it around in your mouth. Don't drink it.
Yeah,
Mouthwash.
Drinking is putting something in your mouth.
No, drinking is the ingestion.
Mouthwash is for swashing in your mouth and spitting out into the sink.
That's
swishing and
gross
swashing. Swish, swash, swish, swash, swoosh, swash.
Swoosh? I don't know.
Swoosh, sploosh.
Sploosh?
You guys know what that's from? Sploosh?
No.
It's from Holes, guys. Come on.
Sploosh.
Have you guys seen Holes?
It's been a long
time.
Sploosh is remember when he finds the onion stuff that he's eating when he's trapped underneath the boat?
I don't remember that.
That's prior to that's prior to me understanding that was Shia LaBeouf. And then over time I was like, oh, that's Shia LaBeouf. And then he was like, just do it.
Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
There you go. Okay, so the next question we have is, are we going to Hume next year?
We'll
Hope
see.
so.
As of now, we hope. I mean, we've been hoping this pandemic would end for a while, but, you know,
We were
life
hoping to go
happens
to
and we
Hume.
go with the flow, you know?
In my mind, I'm planning for it, and you should too. However, if push comes to shove and we have to cancel again, then we have to cancel again. But
Yeah.
plan for it, put it in your calendar. I'll let you know if they release anything, or Maddie will, or someone will. Someone will say something, and then we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. This next one gets a little spicy. I'm just kidding. So it says, what is the worst date you've been on? And then it emphasizes after this says, like the worst one.
Oh, I thought you meant the worst one.
Yeah. So it
But
says,
it's like the worst one?
So it says, what is the worst date you've been on? Like the worst one.
So like,
Oh, that
like
changes
the
everything.
worst date that
Yeah.
I've been on.
Yeah. Like the worst one.
I don't know. Like, I didn't really date that much until I met my wife, and then I was like, I got married. But I guess the worst date I ever went on, which
Was it with Danielle?
no, but it has a happy ending. Basically, I was in high school and there was a girl, and I was like, "Yo, we should go on a date," and she was like, "Okay."
Yo.
You said it like that?
Basically.
Yo, we should go on a date.
And we went and watched. It was some stupid Bruce Willis movie, and at the end of the date, we parted our ways, whatever. And the next day, she was just like, "Yo, it's not gonna work. Like, I'm not interested in you at all. Sorry." And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate the honesty. Like,
Wow.
she was super
Okay.
honest with it, and I just appreciate that because she was like, "This isn't gonna work. I'm not interested." And I was like,
Wow.
She just starts,
"Fair enough."
She starts naming all the things she doesn't like about you.
No, it wasn't like
That would be so bad.
no, it wasn't like
No,
that.
you're a great guy. You just your voice just you know, it just hurts to listen to.
I want to punch you when I
I
look
just
at you.
when I'm around you, I'm just angry and I'm sad at the same time.
No, it wasn't like that. She was
Yeah.
just kind of saying
She
like,
just said it's just
you're not
just not
you're
compatible."
Not
Yeah.
compatible. And I was just kind of fair enough. Like, I wasn't really hurt by it. I more or less agreed because it was kind of an awkward date anyway. But it was just like, I'd never had someone be so honest in my life where they were just like, no. And I don't know. I learned from that. It was just
Wow.
kind of, you know what? I
good
can
learning
take that
experience.
and apply it to my life.
Yeah.
Be honest.
And you're in your room like,
Say something, I'm giving up on you. Everybody hurts.
oh, my heart hurts.
That's how it went.
I have a story.
Okay. Do you want me to, how long is yours? Do you want me to share mine first?
Is it
Yeah,
the
go
worst?
first.
It's
Yeah.
like the worst?
Like the worst one.
Like the worst one.
Like the worst.
So mine isn't really bad,
I know.
nor honestly, I guess it's kind of a short one. It's just the reason I don't like really considering it like even a bad date is because it was a date with Jamie and I'm married to her, so I'm just like, it definitely wasn't that bad if we're married. But the first time we really hung out just one-on-one, let's see, we went to one of the dorm areas at our college. We were one of a couple of the first people on the campus. I took my hammock, wrapped around some trees, and we were chilling in the hammock together. You know, it's kind of dark out right in front of the dorm. I brought my ukulele. We were just talking, and
Oh,
I brought-
it's a
yeah.
good date when a man brings his
So
ukulele
I brought my
along.
ukulele, you know, to kind of like try and like impress her and stuff and whatnot, just to be like, hey, like, if this makes you like me more, please, please. And then in the middle, I'm just strumming the chord, and then just out of nowhere, just.
Oh, you beefed.
And then yes, I did, like, and because we were sitting on a hammock, it hit the plastic on the hammock, like reverberate. But as soon as that happened, I just froze and I was just, and I like look at her and she was kind of just looking up at the
Did
stars.
she pretend not to hear it?
I honestly, to this day, I don't know.
You haven't told her
if
about it or
no,
asked?
like we've talked about this, but she can't even remember if she really noticed. And I'm just like, I was just frozen. I'm just like, did she just hear me fart right now? Oh my gosh! And she didn't make a sound. She didn't even look at me. I'm just like, okay, what can I do to change my awkwardness? Because she clearly didn't see it.
That's
You
so
just, like,
funny.
keep playing?
And those are
Somewhere over the.
Did you keep playing or did you just like?
no, well,
Stop.
as soon as that happened, I stopped and I looked at her to see if she heard it. And I couldn't tell if she heard it or not, but she wasn't making a weird face or like she didn't look grossed out.
She
was
probably
just
pretended
distracted.
she didn't hear it.
And I think she started talking about something else, and I'm just like, okay, yes, something else, definitely. You know,
Is it more awkward to acknowledge it or less awkward?
it took me a full like, I want to say we were already engaged when I told that story.
Oh my god!
Remember that time I farted while playing a ukulele?
She didn't remember the first time I said it. She didn't remember, and then she was like, "Oh, yeah, I can remember that," but she can't remember if she remembers hearing it at the time or how she felt about it or anything. But
Wow.
I definitely felt it.
Well, yeah, you felt something.
I felt something.
All right, Maddie, like the worst.
Mine's not that funny. It's kind of just meh. Okay. It's just like kind of sad. All right. So it was like my junior year of high school, and I liked this guy that So I liked this guy that was like, I found out later, was a mutual friend between me and Saban, which is kind of funny. But anyways, and he played guitar. He like played on a worship team at a church. I don't remember which church. So I was like, I'm gonna ask this guy out to Sadie's, because like that's what you do. Like the girls ask the guys. I don't know if that works in Canada, but
What's
Yeah,
Sadie's?
Sadie's Hawkins. It's
It's
just
like-
a dance where the girls specifically ask the guy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
don't know. Sadie's Hawkins dance.
It's a non-formal, so it's typically like themed and
Yeah.
so.
So it's not like prom where it's like you dress up like, but you do still like wear kind of
Well,
something
dress up
nice.
like what?
Yeah, you don't go like crazy, but like you kind of still dress up. Anyways, so I asked him, and I had the coolest poster. I went to Guitar Center. I got a bunch of pics, and I said, "I pick you," and I like wrote it out in pics. And I asked him, and he's like, "Yeah." So he said, "Yeah." And then his mom picked me up for the dance because he couldn't drive yet, and so we go to the dance together. We're having a good time. But, like, I kind of noticed that, like, every once in a while, like, every, like, I would say, like, 10 minutes, he just would, like, disappear. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, that's fine. And I would, like, just still dance with my friends, or I would go off and find my friends. And so we kept just, like, you know, dance, and then he would leave. And I was like, maybe he just doesn't like dancing. Like, I don't know. Like, he just kept disappearing. And then, like, I'm just, like, dancing with my friends, and I just look over, and he's just, like, kissing some other girl. And I was like, oh.
Bro.
And I was like, oh.
What a
and
punk.
I like didn't know what to do. I was like, first I like,
You should have told his mom on the ride home.
Yeah.
He did not take me home. I was like, I called my mom to come
What a
pick me up.
punk.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Yeah, so I was just like, I like saw that and my like heart just was like maybe he didn't think it was a date. Maybe he just thought we were like going
But
as
even
friends.
then, why didn't he just say no so he can go with?
Yeah, with this other girl. I don't even know who that girl was. I was like, okay.
And he was like leading a worship team.
Yeah, he was leading worship.
Wherever you are, Maddie's Sadie Hawkins date, I hope while you're playing on worship band that like 3 of your guitar strings break.
Saban would never do this to her.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I was sad. I went home like like crying and stuff, and then
Dang.
I got over it. But then the funny part was like, so like we were friends, and like he graduated after me, so I saw him every once in a while, but like I didn't talk to him ever again. But Saban was friends with him apparently like his freshman or sophomore year, and so after me and Saban started dating, we were eating lunch downtown, and we saw him We were like, what? That's that person.
That's
and
the
then
guy.
Yeah, and we went up and said hi, and it was just like kind of like I don't know. It was nice. It was like now I'm with someone that I'm gonna get married to, and like I don't know. It was closure, I guess.
And he's
But-
not with the other girl anymore. Of course not.
He was still kissing the other girl.
What a punk.
He was still just hiding in the corner.
What a punk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beat him up.
That's
So that's like
Never be
the
that guy.
worst. Yeah,
Never.
I'll beat
girl.
you up.
Or girl.
I
or
won't
girl,
I won't
yeah.
beat you up if you're a girl. I don't work that way. But I will beat you up if you're a guy and you're that guy.
yeah.
Well, not you can't. Anyway,
Anyway,
Anyways,
moving
yeah,
back
so,
along.
so I guess we finished the questions.
That was like the
Little quick.
worst.
Oh, no,
things.
no. We have one more question that I just remembered.
You can
Oh,
correct
yeah.
me if I'm wrong. So the last question we have that we got from one of y'all is a taco a sandwich?
What defines a sandwich?
My initial thought is no.
I would say
Because you're using a tortilla that's unleavened bread compared to...
Oh, ooh, you pulled out
unleavened
the
bread.
unleavened.
Wow.
You pulled out
Because
the
for me,
unleavened.
like... Because at that point, it would be more of a... Like, a pita or a wrap.
Yeah, yeah.
And not
it's
really
more
a
of a wrap
sandwich.
than a sandwich. But everyone's like, well, a sandwich is just 2 pieces of bread
That's
in
the thing.
between meat
So
or
technically,
around meat.
a taco... Well, I guess it depends where you go. They'll either do 2 tortillas or 1, but the meat's on top of just 1. So it's not between 2 pieces. That's a quesadilla.
Is a quesadilla a sandwich? But then
And that's the thing. It's to me, there's still that difference between regular bread and unleavened like tortillas.
but then
Yeah.
but then what about like
I don't know. It
never
can't be a
mind.
wrap because when you like, if we're talking just hard shell tacos, which I will argue till the day I die.
I guess I'm
not
talking
a
about
fan.
soft.
Yeah,
Just
soft shell.
traditional food truck tacos.
Soft shell tacos are the only way to go, and if you do hard shells, you're a savage. I don't want little shards of chips in
Well,
my mouth.
the only time I've ever had hard shell tacos was like at Taco Bell.
Yeah, like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like
Because to me,
that's not
every
even
time,
authentic.
like if you go to a Mexican restaurant,
They don't have
most of y'all
that.
know this. If you ask for tacos, they're gonna give you just
Old El Paso, they stand up. Wow.
¿Por qué no las dos?
But no, I don't want to. It can't be a wrap because a wrap would be like a burrito, you know. But at that point, like, it's more of like a hold than anything because it's not like
hold?
well, it's not wrapping around
so
it.
it's a bowl.
But it's not a sand. Well, it's not a bowl either
Ah,
because a bowl implies a bowl-like shape.
it's its own thing.
It is its own thing.
So-
it is a taco.
so
it
a
is
hot
not
dog-
a sandwich.
So a hot dog is a taco then.
Wait, no, you can't do that.
That is a debate too. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No,
Why though?
because a hot dog bun is like a taco basically.
But sometimes they fall apart, and you just have to stick 2 pieces of hot dog bread in between.
Have you ever
over
done
meat.
just like normal pieces of bread when you run out of hot dog
Yeah,
buns?
you just
Yeah.
like sandwich
It's the
bread.
worst.
Gross.
It's the worst. I don't know. A hot dog is essentially a taco at that point because it's like
I don't know.
because sometimes tacos fall apart too, where like all the good stuff falls out the bottom. That's the worst.
So then
I guess the main difference is that obviously hot dogs have the regular bread compared to the tortilla.
What about a corn dog? That's a burrito.
A wrap?
Isn't a corn dog just like
Because is that unleavened bread or is
no,
that?
it's like what is it called? What is deep fried sushi called?
Deep fried sushi.
Tempura?
Yeah, it's tempura. It's a tempura hot
what?
dog.
It is tempura.
It's a tempura hot dog.
Fun facts
That's-
from our local Canadian.
So fried chicken is tempura chicken.
Well,
I don't.
I don't know about that. That's a controversial subject. I don't know if I want to touch that one.
Well, I guess at the same time,
Can't touch
well-
fried chicken. Fried chicken's fried chicken.
because I guess with the corn dog, it's batter that's fried, which is kind of like tempura compared to fried chicken. Depending on how you do it, you're gonna flour, season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a chef.
I'm not a chef.
I'm not a mom either.
Someone call Gordon Ramsay.
I'm almost a mom. No, I'm not.
Someone call Gordon Ramsay. He's gonna be like, "Why do you even eat fried chicken and
Donkeys!"
corn dogs?" He's like, "Corn dogs,
You bunch of donkeys.
trash."
So our official answer from our perspective, you guys can let us know what you want in the comments below, whether you think a taco is a sandwich or not. But I feel like our overall answer is
A hot
Yes.
dog is a tempered
Oh no,
oh.
bun.
Wait,
thing.
did I say yes?
You
I
said,
said
yes.
yes.
Someone said yes.
Oh, you said yes. So our overall answer is no.
no.
The taco is not a sandwich. That's just flawed thinking. But I have some more top 10 lists that I looked up
Cool.
just for funsies.
A
The first
taco is like the Save Mart of Costco of
of a
Walmart.
Walmart.
A food mac.
Wait, we said taco?
Of grocery. No, okay.
No,
Taco.
taco has to lead to the best.
Yeah, taco's the target of
Target
supermarkets.
Target of Costco's of Sam's Clubs?
oh, I got it.
Hey, I like that.
Sam's Clubs.
I've never been to a Sam's Club.
They're
How
nice.
dare you.
They're like safe
So
marts.
so I feel like a taco is the target of Costco's Sam's Club.
Sounds
Of
right.
Costco's clothing section because Target has good clothes.
Target
more
does
you
have good
know.
clothes.
Let's do a top 10 list. Before we confuse ourselves even
So
further.
the first top 10 list I have are the top 10 foods that make you fart. So just beware of these foods, but
Before you go on a date.
also embrace them heavily. Yeah, don't eat them before you're gonna sit with your potential girlfriend or boyfriend with a ukulele on a
Yeah.
hammock. So just, if I had known this list back
I think
then,
you're outside.
I would. I probably wouldn't have embarrassed myself. Okay, so in the number 10 slot, eggplant.
Oh, I never eat.
To me, I don't
eggplant.
really ever eat
I've
yeah.
never
so-
eaten an eggplant.
So that doesn't really bother me. But number 9, I feel like this is typical refried beans.
That's number 9.
Yeah, that's number 9.
I
But
was
for
gonna
me
expect that
personally,
higher.
I feel like refried beans don't really do that to me. Did you just like Powerade or love it?
Yes, I love Powerade.
So we're recording, right?
I don't know why. I just thought you were drinking mouthwash. But it was just like out of the corner of my eye was the right blue.
So we had a camera malfunction.
Oopsies.
So we're back to normal now, kind of. So position number 8 in top 10 foods that make you fart is curry.
Fair.
To me, that's fair. That's
I've
a
never
spices.
had curry.
7 is onions,
Really?
which I don't really eat onions, so I wouldn't know.
Onions are so good.
6 is pizza.
Pizza?
Okay, yes.
Well, it depends on the pizza.
There was this one time Saban's dog ate an entire pizza that he left on the counter.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, that dog would not stop farting.
No. Dog farts are like
so
literally like canned death. Oh man, dog farts are so bad. Has anyone ever had an old dog that just like sits there and it's just like, and you're like, oh no. And 30 seconds go by and you're just like, and like all your nose hairs
Oh
like
my
burn
gosh.
off because you're just like, oh no.
Can I tell a story really quick? It's this weekend. We were at Saban's family's cabin. And so his brother Eli was in the car behind us, and they were like following us, and it was like him and his cousins, and then me and Saban were in the car in front of them, and his dog just like rips him on it so bad. So we rolled down the windows because like it would not go away. We were just like ew, ew, and they thought we were trying to like wave to them. They're like, what? And so we got out of the car. They're like, what did you want? Like, we like kept stopping because you were waving to us. We were like, what's happening? We were like, oh no, it's just the dog. Like, it farted and it wouldn't leave the car.
Pungent. It got into the
This
leather.
is gross.
So nasty.
I feel like we need more of those time to just sympathy gags. I feel like you should probably time it down. Just whenever it happens. So number 5 is broccoli.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I can actually see that because
yeah.
it's hit me hard. 4 is Brussels sprouts.
Oh, okay.
3 is eggs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten that.
I can't eat eggs anymore, dude. Straight up, I can't. Like, it's game over.
I can't eat eggs anymore.
It's game over, man. I can't eat eggs anymore. Like, it's scary. If I have eggs, people know. Like,
Oh my god.
like I'm telling you, it's bad.
Number 2 is cheese. Do you
Yeah.
have cheese on? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, I think that's why pizza's on the list.
Probably,
Probably the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude. If I have eggs with cheese on them,
Oh my gosh.
run. Like, you're gonna die. Like,
Oh my
Saban's
gosh.
dog, worse.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
goodness.
worse than that.
Oh man. Number 1. Can you guys guess what the number 1 spot is?
I feel like if it's probably not on this list, but protein shakes should be on here. Like, when you have like
That's why
powdered
they smell
protein.
so
Yeah, it is. Because when your body processes it and it curdles
It's-
like in the
yeah, it's
protein
disgusting.
bottle, it's just like,
Yeah, we talked about it, like 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Colton had his protein
Yeah.
shake. So what's your guess, Maddie?
This is the fart
know.
podcast.
Do we already say beans?
Refried beans specifically.
Black beans, maybe?
Beans, the more you do.
So the number 1 spot but on this is baked beans.
Oh, baked beans. Wow.
To me, just beans in general have never really made me gassy.
No.
Apparently, don't give Sam eggs or cheese. Just neither
Don't
of those
do
things
it.
will be okay with him.
Don't do it.
The last top 10 list for the day that I have is top 10 Canadian fast food chains.
Oh,
go.
Because I feel like,
okay.
well, like last week we were talking a lot about like
Yeah.
American
You're
or
like,
like
what's Food
California
Max?
things. So now we're in Sam's realm. So chances are you'll also have to explain some of these to us.
I might.
So the number 10 spot for top 10 Canadian fast food chains is Pita Pit. Do you know what that is?
Pita Pit is basically what's the
So
chain
just like
here called?
kebabs or
Yeah, there's like a Greek place here.
Pita kebab?
Pita kebab.
Pita
It's
kebab.
basically pita kebab.
Okay.
Pita Pit.
But it's like a chain?
Yeah.
I don't think America has one of those.
No, you probably don't.
no. I don't. At least I don't think so.
No, Pita Pit's pretty good. I mean, they're a little pricey if I remember correctly, but it's good stuff. I quite enjoy.
Awesome. So that's the number 10 spot. So Pita Pit. Number 9 is Hero Certified Burgers.
What?
Never heard of it.
Hero
Never heard of it?
certified.
Okay. Number 8 is Pizza Pizza. To me,
Oh,
that
this
just
name
reminded me of
sounds
Little
so
Caesars.
funny.
Pizza Pizza.
I've never heard of this.
This is weird. So number 7 is Mr. Sub.
Mr. Sub, yeah, Mr. Sub.
It's like
Miss-
Is that
Subway.
just like Quiznos?
Yeah, Mr. Sub is basically Quiznos. So, and Subway, don't give me Subway or I will kill you with my gas. But Quiznos doesn't do that to me. And then Mr. Sub is like the equivalent of Quiznos, basically.
Okay. Is it better or worse than Quiznos?
I'd say it's worse than Quiznos. Quiznos is actually like pretty good. Like I can get down with Quiznos subs, but
I can't remember the last time I went to Quiznos.
It's been a while for me.
Quiznos is
I didn't know they were still open, to be honest.
Honestly, I need to have a good sandwich. That sounds
Deli
good.
Delicious, though. That
I've never had Deli Delicious.
you need to go there. Their fries, oof,
Oh, they have fries.
and they have Sprouts. Oh, I love Sprouts.
Hipster. I'm just kidding. The number 6 spot is New York Fries.
Yeah.
Well, is it just
A
like
pizza?
a French fry place?
So I don't know why it's called New York fries, but basically they do poutine. Like that's their
Oh.
specialty.
What is poutine?
Poutine.
So poutine is, in its simplest form, is gravy and cheese on top of fries.
Or cheese curd specifically, right?
Cheese curd specifically. Don't you dare gag at that because it is delicious. I don't like gravy.
Yeah, I
And
don't like gravy.
I like poutine. Like, and it has to be like the right kind, but some people do all sorts of crazy stuff with poutine. So New York Fries specifically does poutines, and so they have
Poutine
one.
specialty.
Yeah, so they have one that's like you get bacon and onions and like all this good stuff on top of fries, and it's like it's delicious. It's
I like
delicious.
gravy on mashed potatoes, but like gravy and biscuits. Ooh, that makes me want to die. And
Gravy
it's Denny's
and biscuits?
biscuits and
Oh,
gravy.
biscuits and gravy.
Whatever.
I feel like that's a very different
Buttermilk
gravy
biscuits.
than mashed
Yeah,
potato
it's
gravy.
nasty.
Yeah, no, it has to be the right kind of gravy. But
Mm-hmm.
like people that do poutine right, they do
Yeah.
poutine.
So
right.
this is like poutine is more so the gravy, not exactly, but like mashed potato gravy.
Like liquid.
Like the kind of more the brown stuff. Because when I think biscuits and gravy, I think like
white and like
it's usually like
mushy.
sausage based and
Blech.
it's like a little more floury and stuff.
Yeah. It's
So I think poutine is the other kind of.
it's
gravy.
more mashed potato gravy.
Yeah, but it's clearly better than mashed potato gravy.
It's really good.
I've had
Give it a try.
I had poutine once when I was in
Maybe.
Canada. To be fair, I just don't think they made it right. Because like my first few bites, I'm just like, this just it tasted like they just don't care back here.
Yeah, no, it's underwhelming unless you find a place that like
Uh-huh.
actually does it right.
So New York fries.
They're pretty good. They're kind of a fast food
Mm-hmm.
chain, but they're pretty good.
So number 5, right above New York fries is Pizza Nova.
Never had it.
Ever had it? Okay, so 4 is Mary Brown's.
Mary Brown's is good. Okay, I can get down with that. Mary Brown's is basically a step up from Denny's, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Is it like a Cracker Barrel?
Denny's is already at the bottom,
Hey.
so
What?
Don't judge Denny's. They do the best
No.
they can. They do the best they can with what they have.
No, they have like a breakfast burger that's.
I've had
They
too
have like
many.
hash browns and like cooked
Okay,
egg on top.
Red
And,
Robin does that. I like that, but Denny's has like done too many wrong things. The times that's why I don't like gravy.
but
on
they have the
biscuits and
2, 4,
gravy.
6, 8 menu.
Yes, okay.
It's so cheap.
There was one time I got the $2 biscuits and gravy, and maybe it was my fault, maybe it was Denny's, maybe a
saying
little
it
bit
was
of
yours.
both. Okay, we were on a road trip going home from I don't remember where, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get biscuits and gravy because I liked it. I was so car sick the entire time after eating that, and I just threw it up everywhere, and I can't even stand to look at biscuits and
That
gravy.
sounds more like classical conditioning, though. So, you had those biscuits and gravy. You happened to be in a car and get car sick, and you threw up. So technically, it was the fact that you got car sick, but because you just had the biscuits and gravy, now you associate
Yep.
the feeling of being car sick with biscuits and gravy. So I wouldn't say that's Denny's fault.
Okay, but Denny's gave Saban a rotten egg one time.
Well,
A cooked
Okay, well,
rotten
so
egg.
that's their fault.
that's their fault. But
Yeah.
like, there's certain things that Denny's does. Like when they do their Thanksgiving menu, it's like Denny's. Just stop. Do what you do.
Yeah.
Don't stay in your lane. Like don't go
Stay
and
in your
start.
lane, girl.
Don't start adding stuff. Like you guys do diner food. You do very basic version of that, and you do it good enough. It's not
Good enough.
It's not great. But if I have to eat somewhere and it has to be
me,
breakfast
Denny's isn't
food,
bad, yeah.
I will go to Denny's.
I prefer Denny's over IHOP.
They're both just like after you go to a real diner,
like
both
that.
of them are just. bleh.
Well, sure, but
yeah.
like for a big chain, and their retention rate for like staff is just atrocious. Like they have a new staff every week at a Denny's. Like I guarantee it, every other week they have an entire rotation of new staff in there. So they got to figure their stuff out quick. I appreciate that. When you need them, they're there.
I will
Yeah.
say the best part of Denny's was not breakfast and going there in the morning, but like because I used to do like plays and
the
like
memories with
like
me.
yeah, like when I'd have swim meets and like everyone's like, okay, we're done, like the season's over, let's go to Denny's, and there's like 30 people trying to fit at a table at Denny's, and you're getting milkshakes. Like those are good times, but not getting eggs there. Don't get eggs at Denny's.
Get eggs anytime.
Don't get me wrong. Huh?
Okay, so before we run out of time, just because we have 3 more left. So Mary Brown's kind of step up from Denny's. The third spot, we've actually talked about this a lot. A&W. A&W, so an American chain, is
Interesting.
number 3 in Canada.
Canadian A&W is a lot different,
Yeah.
and it is good.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. I used to eat like 3 teen burgers from there.
They,
Like, it was
Yeah.
nothing. Like, I'd just eat them.
it is good. The first time Jamie and I went to Canada, we saw A&W, and we were like, this is the only familiar thing we see here. We're going there. And I've never enjoyed A&W so much. So it was amazing. So spot number 2, Harvey's.
Nah. No, Harvey's is not that good.
What is it?
It's a burgers place, and it's kind of like Subway, like of burgers. Like, you just kind of go in, they make you a burger, whatever. Go to Five Guys. Like, Harvey's is not that good. It's just greasy. It's just kind of And again, because the quality of meat's a lot different up there, I would go to Five Guys over Harvey's any day of the week. Just saying.
Fair enough. So I feel like we all know what the number 1 spot
At
is.
least I do.
Well, okay, so Maddie, what's your best guess?
That Hortons, please.
It's Tim Hortons.
Tim
That is the number one
Hortons,
voter.
Canada. Actually, that's Sleep Country Canada. That's a different theme song.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing about Tim Hortons is they've been going downhill a lot, and like the reason that they're the most popular because everyone knows like Tim Hortons. So like if you think of Canada, you think of Tim
Is
Hortons.
it just like donuts and coffee?
They do coffee and donuts. They have like lunch sandwiches and things and like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like it's
but
like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
and I don't know, their food quality has gone down a lot over the years. Their coffee quality has gone down a lot over the years, and they started like taking things out of the freezer as opposed to like baking them fresh. That used to be what their standard was, is like they bake it fresh. But I don't know. I still put it at the top because it's like if
It's so well known.
I'm in my morning rush, I gotta go somewhere. I'm going to Timmy's. I'm ordering a double, and I'm getting a farmer's wrap because I'm starving. Like, and does it taste like cardboard? Yes. Am I still gonna eat it? Yeah. Like, it's
So,
just one of those places.
If you guys ever want to know the best coffee to get at Tim Hortons, get a 12 by 12.
12 by-
I feel like we can all agree 12 cream, 12 sugar, best type of coffee. Let us know if you guys have any suggestions for a more top 10 list, or just if you guys have any questions we can answer or debate about.
Or if your parents have questions.
Or if your parents have questions.
Not that we answered any of those today.
Other than that, we'll see you guys next week.